I feel sorrow.
You feel?
Sorrow.
Sorrow.
I feel sorrow. Yes.
Sorrow.
Yes.
Sorrow because you feel you're going to lose, or sorrow because of some other reason?
No. I feel sorry for what the University of Zambia students are undergoing. And I'm speaking to government right now. I know the government is watching us. I know even His Excellency Chilufiasata Michael is watching this program. Our bursaries have not been increased since 2011. You and I are aware that the last increment we received was in the Rupiah Banda regime. And since then, a lot of things have changed. Mielie meal prices have gone high, fuel prices have gone high, and this has adversely affected the students. We do not feed on manna from heaven. We feed from the same shops that government workers get their food from.
I've got a question for you, Mr. President.
Yes.
UPND, MMD, or PF? Which one are you?
I am a student and a citizen of this country.
You know what? I actually had an idea that you'd say that. Now, here's my reason why I asked you that question. According to your manifesto on page 3, there's something very important that you highlighted. You say that you know how to negotiate, and Zambia is going to the polls in the year 2016.
Yes.
And so because of that, as a good negotiator, you're going to use that to influence government.
Yes.
How exactly are you going to use elections to influence government to give Unza students what they want?
Thank you so much, Swilanji. I like your reasoning.
I like it too.
First of all, I want to mention one thing. Initially, I said the last increment we received was in 2011. And if you know, in 2011 was the day or the time of elections, general elections. And I want to assume that probably the only reason why government gave us an increment, they wanted to bounce back into power. Henceforth, I want to tell you and tell every student out there that we know that right now government is in a negotiating mood. They want to capture Unza as an institution because this is the largest community that every politician out there would want to capture. They want us to have their back. And as such, they are willing, just as they are called politicians, to get us by all means.
I slept at 03 in the morning the previous night. Do you know why?
I don't know.
Because I was disturbed by some of the words I found in your manifesto. These are the
Okay.
words I found. Despicable. It's an insult. Students are suffering. Nothing has been done. Poor medical services. Pathetic.
Yes.
You are good at talking about everything you feel is wrong with Unza.
Yes.
If someone was to come and read your manifesto, they feel Unza is a dustbin. Unza is hell, and people are burning in Unza because things are going wrong. Is it really true, Mr. President? Is it really true that Unza is that bad? Your manifesto doesn't even say anything good about the institution. Not even one single thing. Nothing. Is it really true that things are really that bad in this institution?
Thank you so much, Mark. Thank you so much, Swilanji. There's something good about this institution.
Why isn't that
And that is the kind of people that occupy it, the intellectuals. But let me tell you the reason why I use those words. First of all, I want to talk about maintenance, that we are in a deplorable state. We pay the maintenance fee as students, 70 kwacha, and roughly from simple arithmetics, 70 kwacha by 17,000 students will give me about 1,190,000 kwacha. This is an exorbitant amount of money that, if used for the right intentions, can help us fix our machines, washing machines, can help us fix the geysers, can help us fix the showers, can help us fix the sockets that are not working. And apparently, all these things have not been fixed ever since we came here. At least I came in 2011. The vet hostels were never renovated. And we could take advantage of the maintenance fee that we pay to at least fix things in the vet hostels that were left out during renovations. That is the reason why I've said Unza Clinic has pathetic services, and all of us are aware. All of us are a witness to the kind of services that Unza Clinic offers. I pay 140 in an academic year to have better services. But what happens? When I go there, I have stomach aches. I tell the clinic officers, apparently Unza Clinic has no medical doctor. I tell the clinic officers, I am not feeling well. They'll diagnose me with malaria. The next thing they'll give me is Panadol when I actually have stomach aches. That is the reason why, Swilanji, I have used the words pathetic, I have used the words, it's an insult for a student, an intellectual, a cream of this land to be in such a condition.
The closing statement of your manifesto, let me just read a bit of it. It says, in essence, you and I for so long a period of time have been promised things that sound perfect and hence insurmountably impossible to achieve. I, Marcos, promise nothing more than that which the union is capable of doing, and hence the motto for viable and attainable leadership. This document, to me, sounds too good to be true. Sounds like stories. You want to tell Unza students stories, like you want them to go and sleep, so that when they sleep, you take advantage of the system and you have them vote for you. Because yes, in the past, like you said, people have been talking. You have come with the same talk. The only thing you're doing right now is talk. From that talk, do you think that talk is good enough to get you a vote from students?
No. And in fact, my theme is saying for viable and attainable leadership. Swilanji, government, viewers, every intellectual, I am talking about things that the union can attain. I'm talking about things that Unza as an institution can attain. And this is the reason why I have stipulated 18 points. In fact, I have called my manifesto as an 18 points to a better Unza. I'll talk about one thing that probably you have left out. In the term system that we are dragged in as students at this university, there are conditions that one may not like. I haven't liked them myself. We sat for our midterm examinations last term, and up to now, not even one result has been given to us. This is very unrealistic. This is very unfair on the part of the student populace. We sit for tests, we sit for exams, just so we can assess our performance. And there's no way I would sit for my examination and see my results in September. It's a half course. I will appeal to management and put them to task that they release the results even at the inception of term 3. I can see the dean of students, he's here. And that can be done, Swilanji. And this is the reason why I'm only talking about things that are viable, things that are attainable, and things that are practical.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Okay, so all 10 presidential candidates have spoken. Any person who hasn't? There's always a reason. Mr. President, please. Doyo. What's your plan for Unza? Sorry, remind me your name.
It's actually unfortunate that I don't know, how did you miss my manifesto?
Doyo. Oh, yeah, but Doyo. Sorry, I'm very sorry. It's nothing personal, eh? It's nothing personal. Kabandachileshe, right.
Thank you.
Please, what's your priority for students?
Like my slogan goes, my slogan is Doyo. And Doyo simply means doing your obligations. Doing your obligations in the sense that it goes for an integrated type of leadership from the students up the hierarchy to government. Therefore, my first priority when I'll be elected on 26th, that will be a Thursday. I want to have a decentralized type of leadership in which each and every student is actually involved in student affairs. I want to have a situation where Council of Hall representatives and chairpersons, association chairpersons, attend major Unzasu meetings. And that's my priority.
Thank you, Mr. President. Let me quote part of your manifesto. But due to certain challenges such as lack of accommodation and inadequate study material, life on campus is not as easy as people may perceive it. Therefore, our union will fight for the introduction of immunity from third year upwards to anyone who fails. You talk about accommodation being a problem, then your solution is immunity. Does that make sense to you?
Sorry, what?
You are saying that accommodation, lack of study materials are a problem. What's the solution? Immunity.
The point is, as we come here, as we come as first years, life is actually perceived in a different way. Meaning that as we come, we may see life as in easy to attain our academic credentials. Believe me, academic credentials has become a major thing in which we use to acquire, become...
The academic part I understand.
Yes.
What I don't understand is you saying there's lack of accommodation and inadequate study materials. But on the accommodation, your solution is that the union will fight for introduction of immunity from third year upwards to anyone who fails. So if you give me immunity, do I automatically have accommodation?
Listen, the thing is, we have a crisis here. There's the accommodation crisis, number one. Number two, the books that are in the library are not sufficient. Therefore, it's better when a student is in third year.
The part about books I understand.
Yes.
My question is on your solution to accommodation being immunity. Because here in your manifesto, that's the only thing that you've quoted as being the solution to accommodation crisis, immunity.
No. Listen, the thing is, we're trying to say that if you reach a third year and you fail, let's say you're supposed to go on exclude, it's better you repeat that even 2 times. You repeat it. You repeat the course, and you are back in the system.
No, Doyo, no. For the last time, Mr. President, for the last time, I'm saying, why are you saying that the solution to accommodation is immunity? Why? What's the connection between accommodation and immunity? I understand about the lack of study materials. Excellent point. But I think you're failing on accommodation and immunity. What's the connection between people who don't have accommodation and being given immunity? If I don't have accommodation, you give me immunity. I still have nowhere to sleep, even if I have immunity. So what's the solution to accommodation?
My solution to accommodation is I would love to leave a legacy. And the thing is, I want to finish the Koja project. Therefore, as I was saying, it's actually better that I was actually interviewing a number of students in which they said there was the part of Tigule bus campaign. So I actually turned that into, let's come up with something, let's say Timange Hostel campaign. And the students actually said that it's better, they can even contribute up to 300, 500 from their BC. So the thing...
Mr. President, students, these students you see sitting here, they are complaining that BC is not enough. And then you have come and say, that BC you have, that small BC you have, bring 500, we take it to accommodation.
No, listen, my point is, my manifesto is actually correlating from communication, advocacy, up to the way my manifesto actually is flowing. So the thing is, there are times when students actually complain, we need to have priorities in this time. The students actually were complaining about the Tigule bus campaign. It's actually number 2 on my manifesto. So the thing is now, we come in and say that, no, it's better to have priorities like Timange hostels.
Mr. President,
yes, sir.
10 people have spoken. You are the 10th person actually to have spoken. And there's so much shouting from the audience. People are disagreeing with you. Do you really feel you are performing in this debate? Do you really feel, when you walk out that door, do you feel, I nailed it? When you walk out that door, do you feel you nailed it?
Yes. Yes.
I'm sorry. I think I heard you say yes. Is that true?
Yes.
You said yes. So, you look like someone who just came to this election very confident. But within the small number of minutes here, you seem to have forgotten what's in your manifesto. Timange project has suddenly just popped in your head and you're saying it, even though it's not in your manifesto. Because that's big. That project is big. It's going to cost a lot of money, but it's not there in your manifesto. So does it mean that when you become president, we are going to be having guesswork? Just guess, let's do this. Or tomorrow, let's do that. Oh, Timange project, Tigwese project, to do this project. Is that what we're going to expect in your administration?
Sorry? What's the last question?
You want the question again?
Yes.
You want the question again? You want me to ask you a question again? Okay, let me come closer to you. What I'm saying, Just now, you've suddenly come up with a Timange project, which is not in your manifesto. Can you hear me? Initially, it wasn't there. When you sat down to write your manifesto, Timange project wasn't there. But within these short minutes that you've come here, suddenly Timange project is in your head. So when you become president, people are going to be surprised. Today, there's this. Tomorrow, there's this. Tomorrow, there's that. Are you going to be someone who's just talking all over the place? You've got no plan. It's just guesswork. You have a sweet dream. You want to bring it to reality every day of your presidency. Or do you have a concrete plan for her, for him, for the dean of students, for all these guys that are sitting here? Do you have a plan, or are you just going to be doing chipante-pante everywhere? Whatever it is that you think of in your head, it just comes to life.
No, the thing is, as my slogan states, doing your obligation. That's how the plan now comes in. That's why my manifesto comes in, which each and every student is involved in student affairs.
Mr. President, are you nervous?
No.
You're not nervous?
No.
I want you to look at these guys who are sitting here. Look them in the eye and tell them you planned for them.
Yes, I did plan for them.
No. Look at them and tell them you planned for them. I know you planned for them. Come on, man. You planned for them. So what's your plan for them?
My plan for them was actually an integrated type of leadership in which each and every institution is actually...
Look at them. Okay, let me move.
Yes, my plan is actually, as my slogan goes, doing your obligation. It's actually an integrated type of leadership in each and every entity do their part. But it begins with the student up the hierarchy of government. That's a plan that I have.
Your last message?
Sorry?
Your last message.
I would like to be voted in as president from 2016. Believe me, we have a plan and I'll deliver. Please, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. Okay, so like I said in the preamble, this debate is going to be an act of war. At the end of it, how many faint-hearted people have we seen? At the end of this debate, some people are going to regret ever standing for president of Unza. Let's give each and every one of these people a chance to give us a closing argument. I'm going to start with Madam President. In 2 minutes, look at each and every person seated here and give them your closing arguments. Please stay to the podium. Your closing argument.
Firstly, I would love to clarify on the meaning of my slogan. So, Pebele means you can only have positive change and development, which is firstly attained from breastfeeding, if you have a selfless leader, which is the nature of parents, especially mothers. So, Pebele simply means selflessness. So my manifesto actually accommodates for the issues that have been affecting us as students. But I think if you are going to run for president, then you should be able to help students, but with realistic ideas. So my areas of development include transparency and justice for the students. It has loans, it has accommodation, security, sanitation and health, and also has integrity and communication, which I think have been lost areas in the institution. So I will start with transparency and justice. There have been a lot of allegations previously that have alluded the institution with corruption. So the issue here is how do you ensure that you eradicate the issue of corruption? So corruption takes place in 3 forms. Firstly, it's the way decisions are being made. Then it's the way that money is being handled. Then it is also the issue of corruption taking place in the way contracts are being awarded. So with regards to the issue of transparency, my union will ensure that all contracts that are going to be brought into the union will be given on merit rather than single sourcing from companies which are not even registered with PACRA. Then the second solution as regards the issue of transparency is the formation of a transparency board, considering or bearing in mind the fact that every student at the University of Zambia belongs to a union. For example, students from the School of Education belong to Unza Seda. So with the provision of a transparency board, we shall provide suggestion boxes in which when an issue comes about, we'll ask students to make decisions through those suggestion boxes.
Thank you, Madam President. Okay, so that was the first closing argument from the lady who's standing as president for the University of Zambia Students' Union. Let's now turn our attention to the next candidate to give us his closing argument. Please welcome David Mulaya, DVD.
Thank you very much. First of all, students, I would want to say one thing. This is not a motivational talk. This is not a preaching. And this is not a business. It's a place where we've come to find solutions to our problems. To go further, I want to tell you that this institution has become a procurement department. Unzasu only knows how to spend, but never knows how to bring income into its coffers. So this time around, David is saying that he's going to resuscitate the project that died during the Ali Tunkara regime. The project of opening a car wash for this institution. The money is there. We were challenged by our Member of Parliament, Dr. Nkandulu. But this time around, we are still here, and we are still here, still suffering. The other point is that through consistency, we can open an Unzasu shop, an Unza shop. Go to UNISA, you find a UNISA shop where they sell different items from jumpers, caps, t-shirts, executive shirts, all these items. But when you come here, go to Soweto, you find an Unzasu tuck shop. Tuck shops that are in secondary schools. This is the highest learning institution. It's high time we go to the ground and did the right thing. Go to the library, you find that all year round, Unzasu has never bought even a single novel. This time around, David is saying that he's going to purchase not less than 30 textbooks for any randomly selected department. There are petty projects like the Tigule bus campaign. Unzasu has all lost it. Instead of protecting the interests of students, Unzasu starts to surcharge its own students. Then why are we here? The purpose of having a students' union has been lost in this institution. And this time around, we're trying by all means, as leaders who've come to put ourselves before service, to show the students that actually there are great things that we can do as a students' union, and we are not limited. So this time around, let's not vote because others have the incentives. You don't owe anybody for giving you an incentive. You owe this institution a future that is going to benefit your young brothers, your young sisters, other people who are going to come, the future generation. This is what this institution owes to them, a better education facility. And we work towards ensuring that that education is going to be provided at this institution through the leadership that comes with responsibility.
Thank you, Mr. President. Okay, so if you believe in Doyo, vote for him. That was his closing argument. Let's turn our attention to our next closing argument, and that is going to be presented by... Oh, sorry, that was DVD. Sorry, Doyo just... Yeah. Sorry, you have to understand, we've got Doyo, we've got Pebele. I'm getting confused. My head is... Let's go to our next candidate. Let's welcome Edward Mono. Now is the time.
Good evening once more. Oh yeah. Edward said he will launch a number of projects as he becomes the student union president. Among the projects that he said he will launch includes improving the water supply system. You realize that this university, we have a poor water supply system. Just a day before yesterday, we had a problem with water from 18 hours up to 23 hours. You can imagine a huge institution like this one with a big institution like this one with a huge number of students. I experienced a water shortage for a period of 5 hours using flushing toilets. So Edward says, from the 740,000 that students make as students contribute to the Unzasu Union, shall make 75% of it to be injected in 2 different projects, which includes improving the water supply system, which will cost 55,000 kwacha. Edward, to confirm on this one, he got a quotation from a company called Star Water Drilling and Exploration. They say they can make an integration system of water where they will drill a borehole and make a 20,000 liter tank at 20 meters away from the ground. This water tank, it will supply water to the whole university in the absence of water.